Hello, Journey House students. This is Miss Dalick, and today what we're going to do is we're going to work with irregular shapes. Irregular shapes are shapes that aren't squares or rectangles. You'll notice that this shape is made up of a couple different shapes, a rectangle right here, and then another one right here. We are going to be finding the area and the perimeter as well for these irregular shapes. So today we're going to practice a few, and then you will have a homework assignment that will practice them even more. So the first thing I said is we're going to have to find the area, and I'm going to look ahead and see how this figure is labeled, and it's labeled in feet. And I know that area is always going to be the measurement finding out how many squares there are inside of each figure. So that's why I'm going to label it square feet. Then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to write perimeter, and I'm going to make a label so I don't forget to label it later, and that's just going to be one dimension of feet. Okay? The first thing I notice is that there are some measurements given, but two that are not. And I'm going to use a highlighter to help me with this. I know this, oops, I'm going to try that again. Let me just delete that. All right, one more chance here. I know this measurement is 9 feet. And I know that this measurement is 6 feet. Now, if I'm going to try to move something over here, if I move this over here, right, I know that 6 feet is a good part of the way up to the 9 feet. And this part right here is going to be the remainder that I need to equal 9 feet. So I know that, my pen, that 9 minus 6, if I take away the 6, it will give me the remainder of feet that are left. So that tells me that this right here is 3 feet. There we go. I'm going to change my color pen now to, how about we go with purple. And now I notice that this total length right down here is 19 feet. I know that this 11 feet and this part right here, which is not 3 feet by the way, I should have moved that up a little bit, but this 11 feet and the remainder of this, the line that is going horizontal, the same as this line, they're both horizontal, will equal up to 19. So 11 plus something will give me 19, or 19, take away 11, will give me the length, and that would be 8. So I know that this part right here is 8 feet. I'm really struggling with my pen right now. So that's 8 feet. So now that I know the missing part, I can find the area. And there are a couple ways we could do this as well. A lot of people, or I've noticed a lot of students in the past, will take the 9 times the 19 because they recognize that base times height gives us the area of a rectangle. The thing you have to keep in mind if you do that is that it is also giving us this part right here. And we don't want that part. I can take 9 times 19 and then subtract this area. That would be one option. I'm going to show you a different way. So I'm going to erase this part right here. I'm going to actually break this up into two different shapes, okay? So I'm going to have this shape right here, which is a rectangle, and the base is 11. And you might say, well, the base is usually on the bottom. You are right. Right down here would be the base, but it's not 19. It's just, I can take that off and I can put 11, and I could put the 8 feet down here. Because remember that this whole big base is 19. So if I take 11 times 9, that is going to give me the area of this rectangle right here, which is 99, and that's feet squared. We're almost done with the area. And then I have to think about this, and the base is 8 times 6, and I know that 8 times 6 is going to give me 48 feet squared. Now, normally I would write most of my work on the side here, but I wanted to kind of keep it so you could see where I'm talking about. The last thing I have to do is add 99 and 48, and that will give me the total area of this particular shape. And I know 9 plus 8 is 17. I carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. So now I know that the area is 147, and I already have the label of square feet. I'm going to take a moment here. I'm going to pause real quick and erase some things and then get back to you. All right, I am back, and I erased a few things just so now we could focus on the perimeter. Perimeter, remember, is the measurement of the distance around a figure, not including the inside, but just around the figure. So what I have to do is I have to add all these measurements. And luckily, we already found what the two missing measurements were. So this will be pretty easy. I'm going to write my work on the right here where I have 9 feet and 11 feet. And I could even put a little check mark here to show that I counted those. And I'm going to group together 3 and 8. And then I have 6 and 19. Whoops. Made a little error there. Okay. And I'm going to add those together. And then eventually I'm going to add all of the distances. I like to group it up like this because I make less errors if I'm adding 2 things compared to if I was adding all 6 of them up. You could add all 6. I also paired this up because I know 11 and 9 make a really easy match of 20. 8 plus 3 is 11. And then this one's a little more challenging, but 19 plus 6 would be 25. Now the last thing I have to do is add all 3 of them up. So I'm going to put the 25 and the 11 underneath here. 3 pretty easy numbers to add together. My ones column is a 6 and my tens column is a 5. So this is 56 feet. Okay, so just a reminder, the first thing we did was we figured out the 2 missing numbers, which are right here. How I did that was I first started out by highlighting this red, highlighting this red, okay, and then highlighting this red. These 2 lines that are going the same direction will be added together to get to this longer length. The next thing I did was highlighted the horizontal lines purple, and then I remembered that the 2 shorter lines that are purple, the 2 horizontal lines here, will equal up to the longer line. Once I did that, I broke this up into 2 different shapes, and I found the area of both and added them together to get 147 feet squared. And then the last thing I did was I added up all of the measurements on the outside to get the perimeter. Hopefully this helped you with figuring out irregular shapes. You will have a few practice problems, and I'll show you what those look like. It is this worksheet right here. I would suggest you start by looking at the measurements and writing in your labels first so that you don't forget to do that. The first one that's listed is perimeter. The second one is area. Remember that perimeter is just a 1-dimensional distance around. Area is a 2-dimensional measurement, so that's why we square it. The next thing I would do is I would highlight the lines that are going in the same direction. Okay, and I know that 2 plus something needs to give me 10. I know 2 plus 8 gives me 10, so that's the distance for this line. And then I would take another highlighter and I would highlight the lines going vertical. And I know these 2 shorter lines right here, which one is 2 and something gives me 8. Well, I know 2 plus 6 gives me 8. I know I went kind of fast on this. However, you can always re-watch parts of this and check it out so that it helps you with your homework assignment. So your homework tonight will be this worksheet. You should complete all of them. To get full credit, you need the perimeter and the area as well as the labels correct. I hope you found this video helpful. Feel free to look at it again, to pause it, to rewatch parts of it, and I will talk to you later.